Welcome to the chair. It's the week 7 Raider Weekly recap, and we'll do a week 8 preview. This was a tough game to watch and to dissolve. Um, and the first quarter looked good, right? Second quarter, things started to unravel. Carr did his thing like he did a couple of years ago with reaching the ball over and losing it and going out of the end zone. Fumble that led to bad things happening. The defense was awful. Ugh, God. I need a shot, you know. So, as customary, after a loss, which I haven't had in a while, 3 weeks per se. So, here's the shot. Don't do it. Mm. Mm. Okay, get about that one. Move on. But let me give you the stats because it was just awful. Uh, Final was 42-24. Let's start with the Raiders. Derek Carr had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and 1 fumble lost. Threw for 293 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Excuse me. Ooh, that was a tough one. Mike Lennon, 36 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Josh Jacobs was the running back who did well again, 21 yards. He actually left the game with I believe it was a shoulder injury, but he came back. 124 yards rushing. Washington 29, Richard with just 2. Receiving, Darren Waller had a wonderful game. They couldn't stop him over the middle, so that was him and Jacobs were the bright spots for sure. 126 yards receiving, 7 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Doss 54 yards, Aidman 36, Davis 26, Renault 24, Carey 22, Renfro 14. Renault also had the touchdown, Jacobs 10, Washington 12, and Richard 5. The defense, well, there was 1 sack by Max Crosby. That was it. Whitehead had the 5 tackles, Worley with 7. Excuse me. Wow. Carlson did make a 45-yard field goal. So that was something, I guess, uh, in the game. For the Packers, it was Aaron Rodgers being great, and he took advantage of a young defense that they got taught a lesson for sure. 429 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, no picks, had a perfect quarterback rating. It was 25 for 31. Aaron Jones only had 50 yards on 12 carries, luckily. Rodgers even had a rushing touchdown for Green Bay. Liddell Scantling had 2 receptions for 133 yards and 1 touchdown. That cannot happen. Oh my God. Jimmy Graham, 65 yards receiving and a touchdown. Kumaro had 54 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. Jones even had a touchdown, and Williams had a touchdown in the backfield. Uh, that was bad. Really bad. Um, so for the Raiders, they made some changes. Well, one trade on Monday, I believe it was. They traded Garen Conley, who was a high draft pick at Ohio State. He was slated to be pretty good, but he never showed it. He was injured, and he got beat pretty bad on Sunday. So he's been traded to the Texans for a third-round pick. Somebody said they got the third-round pick back from the Antonio Brown trade, so that was pretty cool, I guess. But Raiders stand at 3-3 now, in second place. Kansas City first at 5-2. Denver and the Chargers both lost. They go down to 2-5. So uh, let's just move on. So the Raiders go to Houston, surprisingly. Uh, we'll see if Conley plays. And I wonder if he's going to learn or he's going to tell Houston how the Raiders' offense goes. We'll see about that for sure. Raiders aren't favored in this game. Excuse me. But it could be close. Both teams have great running backs, and Josh Jacobs, the rookie for the Raiders, of course, he's doing his thing. Carlos Hyde for the Houston Texans, finding somewhere to land after being with Kansas City. He's done well. I'll tell you what, though, with Deshaun Watson for Houston, he's been pretty much up and down. And I should mention Houston lost last week to the Colts. 30-23. Had a chance to come back, but didn't. DeAndre Hopkins had a wonderful game for Houston. And that will be at Sunday at 1:25 out here, 4:25 Eastern, CBS. I should mention that's my birthday. I'll be in Vegas, but I don't know if I'll be there to watch the game or not. But we'll see what happens. Texans are 4-3. Raiders, of course, would be 3-3. We'll see what happens. And one thing, as I always mention with the Texans, is their defense. Now, they don't have Clowney. J.J. Watt, he's I don't know if he's getting doubled or he's just not getting in there, but it seems like he disrupts less now. And if the Raiders can get protection, you got Gabe Jackson back. You don't have Trent Brown, though. And that could be for a while because of his faults. Just got to protect with that offensive line. Let Jacobs run. Get some passes downfield. I want to see Hunter Renfrow do something. Waller and Marno, I want to see both tight ends get theirs. I think what the Raiders could do is see how the Colts beat them. And it's funny how the Raiders did beat the Colts, but to see how the Colts beat the Texans last week, take that knowledge and then use it for the game against the Raiders. Against Houston. That would be cool to see what they do with that, because you can always watch film, but you gotta do it on the field too. So that'll be interesting to see how they go about that. See how they beat them. With the way things are going, man, I'm fearful. Deshaun Watson will have a great game and just blow up the secondary. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping the Raiders have a field goal win somehow, like 24-21 or something. A real thrill of a game. That's how the wins have came this season for the Raiders, as they stand at 3-3. And in this short, quick video, uh, I will be in Las Vegas. I will be uh, hopefully near or around the new stadium built there. I'll have pictures, I'll have video, and hopefully check it out on my social media platforms. And then, you know, I'll put the video on YouTube, and check it out and see how it goes. I mean, this I always felt like they should have went back to LA, but you know, Dean had to do what he did with his team, and it's not working out for them. But Vegas, it's kind of close to LA, so we'll have people, go there and have a weekend of it or a week of it, and plan games out and all that. So we'll see how it goes. But that's the future. We still have games to go uh, in Oakland and see what happens, man. But gotta get gotta get better defensively. And Derek Carr just gotta make better decisions. Okay, let's just get rid of that game and move on to Houston. So we'll catch you next time on the Raider Weekly, and hopefully it's after a victory in Houston, and then Raiders will go back home to play Denver. So excuse me, Detroit. So that will be interesting how that will go. So for the chair, this is James with Raider Weekly, recap 7 week, and preview the Week 8 matchup against Houston. We'll see you next time on the chair. Bye.